What's going on, Sky Squad? We are back in the building, and we need to talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Okay, so I just watched the new season premiere for season 10B, which is technically episode, I don't know, 13 or 14. I think it was 14, but nevertheless, I did watch it. I was on the fence about it at first until I saw the ratings come out on TV Deets, and the ratings looked pretty good. Now, they are down from last year's numbers, but overall, the numbers are still pretty good considering the reality landscape right now. So I said to myself, check it out, okay? Go ahead and check it out. And plus, I had gotten an interview request because sometimes different people's PR will reach out to schedule interviews. And so I wanted to see what the show was about because I thought to myself, I love to do an interview because I love a one-on-one in-depth conversation. So I said, let's do it. Let's check out this premiere episode. And I gotta tell you, I was actually a bit excited about it. I felt like the previous season or the previous part to season 10 was a bit more, made an effort to be a bit more socially conscious. And I get it, especially in the wake of everything that we had experienced with George Floyd and then the panorama, Breonna Taylor, and just so much turmoil that we as a community were facing. I do feel like the shows had an obligation to capture the reality of those moments. However, the other side of reality TV is that we watch these shows for a bit of escapism. And so, to me, this particular episode was reminiscent of why many of us watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to begin with. It brought back the messy drama, and part of that messy drama, part of that recipe includes OG Karlie Redd. Why she's not in the opening titles, I am not quite certain of. It doesn't make any sense to me because Karlie Redd deserves to be there, okay? We have all the major players coming back. You have your Rashida and Kirk, you have Spice, you have Erica Mena, you have who else? Safari, Jock, and Kendra. You got Scrappy, Mama D, Bambi. You got Rennie Rucci back in the mix. You got Yandy's back in the mix and her family. So you've got the crew back together. But I can tell you that the mess has come back to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And honestly, as a viewer, I am grateful for it, okay? So I'm going to rate this first episode to kick things off. I'm going to give it a 9. I want to give it a 9.5 for just the mess alone, but I'm trying to save the 10 for what I think may be coming up, okay? Love and Hip Hop works best when there is some sort of scandal involved. You know what I'm saying? And whether we like it or not, whether it's staged or not, the scandal and the love triangle-ness of it all is really the heartbeat and the pulse of a show like Love and Hip Hop. And I felt like we got that. Spice is bringing the music. Rennie Rucci's bringing the music. Safari's back in the music. Rashida and Kirk, Rashida used to be the rap stress, but now she's sort of the candy of this show, drama aside, okay, and all that. But, she's got the restaurants. Everyone on this show is making moves and doing well for themselves, as you guys can see. Let's just talk about a couple of things that are going on. And, as the weeks go on, I'll do a more proper review. But this is just to give you guys an appetite, just to whet your appetites for what we're going to get this season, baby, because I'm actually excited about it. And so I'll be back on camera to do the reviews. But for this week, because I was on the fence about it, I said, I don't know. But now I know, okay? I'm ready to be entertained again. And I feel like they are ready to entertain us, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some of the major plot lines that I think that we're going to be dealing with. Obviously, Spice is, has her album is out. This is the first time she's been able to drop an album in 10 years. So there's going to be a celebration for that. That's going to be the final scene of the episode. But leading up to that, we know that Jock is getting married to Kendra. Now, Kendra seems like, oh my God, a lovely young woman. And I have to wonder, no offense to Jock, because Jock has been able to parlay, Love and Hip Hop, not only in his career, into, a successful brand. I can't hate on that. But in terms of relationship, the man is a mess, okay? And we just got to talk about it like it's real. Brother is messy with the relationships. At his bachelor party, one of his, I don't know if it was his manager or his homie, convinced Karlie Red, who he used to be involved with, to come and pop out of a cake looking like Marilyn Monroe in her blonde wig, okay? So as she pops out of the cake, he's caressing her backside, and he allegedly whispered in her ear to come on back with him, okay? Meanwhile, Kendra is stressing about how to get this wedding, all this wedding stuff done. And I'm like, girl, you have no idea what's going on in the background. Meanwhile, as Spice is doing music videos, her quasi-manager, I won't call her a manager, but I'll just say her friend in the industry who also helped submit her for a Grammy, admits that she too has been with Jock, okay? And so at this point, she, Spice isn't sure of the timeline, but this girl is like, yo, I mean, we've been kicking it for some years, and these amount of years seem to overlap with Kendra. So, of course, Spice tells Shekinah. And Shekinah is planning a party to celebrate Spice's success. And she's going to gather all the girls together, all right? And, of course, homegirl, who has been allegedly entangled with Jock for all these years, is going to make an appearance. We don't see much of Yandy this episode that I can think of. We do see a little bit of Erica Mena, and she's gotten close to Shekinah. We see, who else? What other storyline was major? Sierra has moved in with the man, and sometimes I just feel like I love Sierra. I love Sierra and the Money Monsters and whatever she got going on. I follow her on social media, and I think what she got going on is great. And I think that she and this man make a really nice couple, but she stresses me out. You know what I mean? Like, she's complaining about, this man, they done built this house together, and she needs a 50,000 square foot glam room because she got to have all her people over to do her hair and her nails. And I'm like, girl, why don't you just go to one of your shops and get this done? Now, I understand you want to have it done in your home because it's probably easier, okay? But honestly, if I had a shop, I'm just going to get ready there. Y'all do everything I need to do. I'm going to go in the back, and then I'm going to come out a new person, okay? But that's just me. But listen, when you got the coin, they can come to you. So I get it. I don't know. She was just stressing me out in this scene. I felt like she was stressing him out. I feel like she was stressing herself out. All these issues going on with her family. It's just so much. I'm like, girl, you might need to separate yourself from your family. Sometimes elevation requires separation. And you just got to make a move and move along, okay? Move around, okay, as the people say. So anyway, the episode really reaches the pinnacle of mess when the girls all get together to celebrate Spice at the Frost Bistro. And all the girls are there, minus Yandy. I didn't see her there. I don't know if Erica Mena was there now. I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me in the chat. But anyway, the girls get together. And it is revealed from Spice's friend that, she used to date the jock, or is still dating jock, or some type of way allegedly entangled. And Karlie is shocked and basically says that they are sister wives. And then it comes out that Karlie, too, has been in communication with Jock just recently when she popped out of the cake like Marilyn Monroe at his bachelor party. And yes, he did grab her up on her booty. And yes, he did allegedly tell her, whisper sweet nothings into her ear about going back to the room with him, all whilst his fiance is at home stressing about a wedding or whatever. Meanwhile, he's allegedly out in these streets rubbing up on Karlie and in some kind of way entangled with this new young lady. So everybody faces is shocked, and we end the episode there. To me, again, like I said, this was the mess that we started watching Love and Hip Hop for anyway. I don't know if it's staged, scripted or not or whatever. I got an interview coming up. I think we're going to try to schedule it. And I'm going to add, and listen, I ain't going to tell you who it's with just yet, but I'm going to ask the questions, okay? Because I got questions. And like I said, next time we do this review, we'll be on camera. But I just wanted to get you guys this little bit of information right here, right now. Let you know what was going on with this show and tell you, go ahead and give it a watch. Let's come on back to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's see what it's giving. But if it stops giving, we ain't going to make it through the season. I'm going to let y'all know that right now. I just got to be honest with y'all. If it stops giving, so am I. All right. Now, with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.